What is going on, everyone? First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here right now, watching this video. I do really appreciate for your time, and I would really appreciate if you do consider subscribing to the channel, simply because it truly does help me out a lot. Now we're going to be reacting to Boxing Pros Shocked Ringside reaction to Canelo beating Edgar Berlanga. Man, now this is crazy. Overall, there's a lot of people hating on Canelo, saying, he's getting old, he's fighting nobody. Who is even Edgar Berlanga, right? And there's people saying, holy moly, bro, he beat the crap out of this guy. Like, Canelo is still in his prime. Like, Canelo is still in his best. You know what I mean? There's people. It's kind of mixed, but at the end of the day, man, Canelo's doing his thing. He dominated the fight, and that's really all that matters at the moment until he gets another opponent. Let's just say that. But overall, not going to do too much talking, man. Let's just dive into the video, see what it's talking about.
Crawford, hey bud. Crawford.
We're here.
What's up?
How you feeling, champ?
Dude, you big, man.
Man, I'm getting here. I need to be with you.
Crawford, what's your thoughts on Canelo's performance overall, Terrence?
It was good. It was good. I was actually impressed, and I think I just tweeted something out there. He has gained so much experience, just like they all do, just like Canelo did from the loss to Floyd. Berlanga, he'll be okay moving forward. It was a tremendous beating. He's gonna have to take a little time off, but he can deal with any of them other 68s out there.
Se la tiene Canelo, pero el corazón lo tiene Berlanga.
He said Canelo was supposed to finish him in 8 rounds, and that did not happen.
Good conditioning, good training, but the most important thing, good heart. And he did good. Canelo did amazing too. Two great champions. One of them, the Hearn to lose, young guy, 26 years old, and he had a lot of the win, But we probably lost already by decision. Vegas, nobody wins in decision, but hey, it's a good fight.
Sergey.
What's your thoughts on the fight? What did you think of the fight overall?
Yeah, it is a good fight.
Did you expect it to go all 12 rounds?
Say it again?
Did you expect the fight to go all 12 rounds?
Yeah, but before no. But when his first round start, I saw his Berlanga. Berlanga is, yeah, he was ready.
Canelo's by far the best in the division, hands down. So, he'll be okay.
I spoke to Matchroom and they said they would love to do Caleb Plant versus Berlanga.
That's a good ass fight. I just tweeted that out too. I'd love to see that fight.
Very happy with my guy.
What did you do with Berlanga?
I'm his strength conditioning, and she's a chef. I do that nutrition as well, supplements, everything.
Well, what I was just asking, what did overall in camp, what was changed? Because it looked a little bit,
No,
CJ, what up? It's
I think, Berlanga's head over the heels with this fight. I think Berlanga could be a great.
Over the past several months, there has also been plenty of buzz about a possible dream bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. But for that to happen, Alvarez will have to defeat Edgar Berlanga to defend his unified super middleweight crown on September 14th, live on DAZN. While Crawford was laser focused on adding to his boxing legacy last weekend, that didn't stop Bud from giving his thoughts on Alvarez versus Berlanga. "I think Alvarez stops Berlanga," Crawford offered during a recent interview with The Stomping Ground.
Champion someday. I just think right now Canelo is just too much for him.
"I think Berlanga is head over heels with this fight," he continued. "I think Berlanga can be a great champion someday. I just think right now Canelo is just too much for him. If Berlanga is set to win the battle of punch powers, then Canelo Alvarez would be the conqueror when it comes to the battle of chins. This exactly was the loophole Caleb Plant spotted and chose to exploit by leaking videos of Edgar Berlanga getting dropped both under the spotlight and in sparring as well." No one would hesitate to add Caleb Plant to the growing list of people who predict that plus 1,000 betting underdog Edgar Berlanga doesn't have a chance against super middleweight king Saul Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas on September 14th. "Canelo will go out there and do his thing," Plant told Boxing Scene.
In my last interview, I said, there's been quite a few videos floating around of Erickson Lubin dropping him. And while Erickson Lubin is a hell of a fighter,
"I don't feel like Berlanga will come close to beating Alvarez. He doesn't have the boxing skills, IQ, or chin. In my last interview, I said, there have been quite a few videos floating around of Erickson Lubin dropping him. While Erickson is a hell of a fighter, one of my favorites and one of my longtime boxing friends as well. We've known each other since when we were kids. Erickson is a 154-pounder. He also added, and then other videos circling around of him getting slammed and dropped in the amateurs against guys who are nearly not as skilled as Canelo, and so I just feel like that's probably a recipe for disaster for him. But let him prove us wrong and show what he can do. I don't care how he does. I am focused on my fight. That's not our job to say what he can do. It's his job to show what he can."
One of my favorites and one of my longtime boxing friends as well. We've known each other since we were kids.
Speaking about the fight, being Edgar Berlanga's promoter, Eddie Hearn promised that Edgar Berlanga would give Canelo Alvarez a run for his money and won't be just a walk in the park. "Who else can Canelo Alvarez fight right now other than David Benavidez?" Promoter Eddie Hearn told Boxing News. "For whatever reason, he's moved to light heavyweight, so that doesn't look like it's happening. So I think Edgar Berlanga is a good pick. I think he'll give him a good fight, and it'll be a good event."
And also we got him into a mandatory position. So, it made sense. I think it's the biggest fight available for Canelo Alvarez outside of David Benavidez. So, his other mandatory was William Scott. I believe this was the right fight for him.
But I don't see a lot of other options out there for Canelo Alvarez. If I'm honest, one thing I can say about Canelo Alvarez is he will never duck a challenge. There's no one he's afraid of. Promoter Eddie Hearn signed Berlanga 13 months ago and promised he would deliver him to Canelo. The Mexican's recent marriage to PBC, which now spans 3 consecutive contests, made that less likely, but the opposing teams managed to get the deal done.
It's a tough fight.
we got business to handle September 14th. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just keep mentioning Benavidez and all these guys, man. Like, yeah, I know it's not gonna happen.
Hearn called the Canelo fight the lottery ticket of boxing. This isn't just about winning the lottery, this is about paying in the ticket, and Edgar Berlanga is here only to win, said Hearn. This kid has a big set of cojones and will put everything on the line on September 14th. I know Canelo Alvarez wants real fights, guys that will come to him to win. This guy won't dance around the ring. He won't try to survive for 12 rounds. He will come for a firefight with Canelo Alvarez. And yes, it is Puerto Rico versus Mexico, but it's deeper than that. This is the opportunity of a lifetime for Edgar and his father. He's dedicated his life to the sport, and I promise you, he will give every inch of his soul in Las Vegas.
John Ryder, Rocky Fielding, and now we have a real shot in Edgar Berlanga. It's been interesting to see the response. I think Edgar's been overlooked.
This guy is here to dethrone the king. Berlanga's influential manager Keith Connolly added, Edgar's got bombs in his hands, and I expect him to shock the world on September 14th. The 27-year-old said he'd been dreaming of a fight like this, and that he'd manifested getting the Canelo bout. A lot of people are talking shit, saying I'm fighting cab drivers. Now I'm fighting a legend. They say I'm going to get knocked the fuck out, you never win, Berlanga added. So I just put my head down, keep working, stay humble, and just turn up. Berlanga's resolve has been stiffened by the critics, and he knows he's not the popular choice. That would have been David Benavidez, who, frustrated by his inability to land a fight with the February 2nd 61 Mexican superstar Canelo, has moved north to 175 pounds. I don't want to hear Benavidez. Fuck Benavidez. Crawford. They keep mentioning Crawford for Canelo.
I don't want to hear, listen, man, I don't want to hear Benavidez. Fuck Benavidez. You know, shout out to Crawford, you know what I'm saying? But
he fought a 54-pounder Israel Madrimov. It was a tough fight. We've got business to handle September 14th. A lot of people keep mentioning Benavidez and all these guys. Y'all know it's not going to happen. That's just that. September 14th, I've got Canelo, Puerto Rico, against Mexico. Edgar Berlanga had a snappy response to anyone questioning why he got the assignment to face Canelo Alvarez on September 14th, and the more decorated David Benavidez and the undefeated powerhouse David Morrell did not.
Florida never been who he was. You need that, and I'm used to that here. I'm used to having people going, you know, I go on social media now and I see a couple of things that fuse me, you know what I'm saying? Because
Benavidez doesn't sell, Morrell doesn't sell. They don't have that superstar status that I have, a bejeweled Berlanga told Boxing Scene in his dressing room on Monday, just minutes before the start of his press conference in Midtown Manhattan with Canelo. They don't have that power. I have a country behind me. I have Puerto Rico behind me, and I got the hip-hop culture behind me. I know that's why Canelo picked me, because we're going to sell, but we're also going to fight, and it's going to be a good fight. Without any doubt, Tim Bradley Jr. predicted a big win for Canelo Alvarez, with the possibility of a late knockout victory.
You know, you would say that he got a puncher's chance or whatever, but bro, like Canelo got a his chin is.
He went as far as analyzing Edgar Berlanga's strategy ahead of the fight. He began, attempting to outmuscle Canelo in a blow-for-blow frenzy wouldn't be a wise strategy. Not many fighters can withstand Canelo's precision and punching power. Berlanga has to outbox and outthink Canelo, build his mentality through rigorous training, and use fear to catapult his performance and abilities to pull off this upset.
But his chin is no joke, bro. He got one of the, if not one of the best chins in boxing. You know, I think that I've seen him rocked once in his entire career.
He continued, I wonder how much of Berlanga's mentality is on trying to win, and how strongly he truly believes he can win, because that matters. After all, Canelo believes he will win, and that's why he picked Berlanga as an opponent. This fight gives the champ a competitive edge with his experience, pre-fight visualization, and knowing how to convert fear into a superpower. Canelo Berlanga is definitely about business. I question whether Berlanga could even beat some of the other contenders in his division, fighters such as Caleb Plant, Diego Pacheco, Christian Mbili, and Jamie Munguia. Canelo, even on the tail end of his career, is a tall task for the Puerto Rican. Berlanga will likely be a student, just like Munguia was when he fought Canelo back in May.
Sure, he's gotten buzz, but he plays it off really well, bro. But Berlanga's in. Yeah, just put it this way. Yeah, Jose Cotto, but Berlanga's in for it, man.
I suspect Berlanga will use his jab plenty, but I've noticed a pattern in Berlanga's jabbing. He throws a single mid-range jab, promptly positioning himself in range to be countered by a right cross or a left hook. Range recognition is something Berlanga struggles with. At times, He is at the proper range to land offense, but more times than not, he overcommits or lunges forward, remaining weighed onto his front foot in position to be countered.
Congratulations. Hey, congratulations, Berlanga, for getting this fight, you know, and you're gonna.
He then added, Berlanga doesn't do a great job at mirroring level changes. When a fighter lowers his center of gravity, the appropriate response should be to also reduce your height. Usually, a level change is followed by a setup shot upstairs. Suppose a fighter stands straight up while his opponent changes levels and he doesn't move quickly out of range. That fighter becomes a sitting duck for a level change counter as he anticipates a body punch, subconsciously lowering his guard and getting stuck in place to receive a devastating counter upstairs.
Make a ton of money, you know, for this ass whooping you're about to receive, because you're gonna receive an ass whooping, and you're gonna think twice about being in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And that,
I always say fighters can predict the future. We know what we can and may not be able to handle. Berlanga thinks he can handle Canelo. However, he has to prove it on fight night. Compared to Canelo's seasoned skill set, Berlanga's inexperience will be the determining factor, not his proclaimed punching power. I pick Canelo for the win, with the possibility of a late TKO. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube.
But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Let me know what y'all think about all of this down in the comment section. And overall, just subscribe for more content, man. But as you can see, a lot of boxing pros are saying it was over before it even started. You know what I mean? They already knew Edgar Berlanga never even had a chance against Canelo Alvarez. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it really just wasn't looking good for Edgar Berlanga. But overall, he's been getting dropped in sparring. He's got dropped multiple times. And, you know, people are saying Canelo never really got dropped like that. You know what I mean? Canelo is an extremely hard guy to drop. You know what I mean? Like, Canelo is just built different. But Edgar Berlanga, on the other hand, like, he can get dropped pretty easy. You know what I mean? All Canelo has to do is land one blow, and then he's down. But, yeah, bro, overall, everything worked out in Canelo Alvarez's favor. He got the dub. He got the win. But let me know what y'all think, man. Do y'all think Edgar Berlanga is a nobody and Canelo Alvarez is taking easy fights like some people are saying? Or do y'all think, nah, man, Canelo Alvarez is doing his thing. He's at the top. And he's taking respectable opponents. You know what I mean? Like, you can't downplay Canelo Alvarez's boxing skills when it comes to the sport. Let me know y'all's opinions down in the comment section. And without further ado, peace out.